welcome back to our channel. For those who are new, very much a big welcome to you. We are adoptive parents to little man, and that all happened back in the summer of 2020, right during a global pandemic. So as you'll see from our channel, there's lots of videos talking about that, about lockdown. And yeah, so we very much started our journey back in 2018, and that's where we took the first few steps onto our adoption journey and stepping into the adoption agency. You'll see lots more over right from the very start on our Instagram, and we've also got our Facebook and Twitter pages. All are at Daddy, Dad and Me. So grab yourselves a cuppa like I have and come on through straight to the video. So yes, as you'll see from the title of the video, how to survive introductions. Every adopter will go through them in some capacity. Some will be shorter, some will be longer. It's very much focused around the child, around the needs of the child, and how all the professionals involved think it will take them. We are speaking from our experience, so these are our opinions, our views. They may not reflect yours, so please be mindful and considerate of that. We had a 10-day introductory period. 6 of those days were with the foster carer in their local area, and then 4 of the days were with us, and then it was placement day. That may differ between every single adoption. They may not be like it. Some can be brought forward, some can be extended if things are perhaps not going as smoothly, or they believe there's just a more a kind of an increase in that transitional time just to help little one move along and to feel ready for that. So I'll speak directly from our point of view, as I said, and these are just our pointers just about how to see you through, because it is a hugely stressful and emotional time for everybody involved, let alone the little one that's centred all around it. You've got foster carers, you've got the professional team, you've got the adopters, you've got family and friends all around, and yeah, it can be hugely overwhelming, as I found. So yeah, these little pointers just to really help you, and just points to think about really before you get into the nitty-gritty of introductions. Preparation, as I say, preparation is key, and it really is. Before you go, what we were doing, we were batch cooking, so we knew when we came home, because we were away from home for a period of time, and obviously this all happened within the coronavirus, so all very different times. We batch cooked. We have a separate freezer out in our shed, so we were just putting loads and loads of meals in there, that it was really easy for us when we got back. We didn't really have to think about buying too much. Everything was in there straight away. We'd also prepped our support network, and that was really important because they were very much aware of what was happening every single day, and they knew the kind of heavier days where you're kind of staying there from like very early in the morning right until bedtime, and it just kind of gave them an indication of our days, our time, and if we ever had kind of free time or time in which we would want to speak with them, they knew that time. So we'd given everybody a very full breakdown of our time, of their introductions, just so everybody was aware. And also when we came back, if we needed anybody to get us anything or to assist in any way, or we were just struggling in any way, it was really easy for everybody to know, oh right, this is what happened on this day and this is what we can do. So I'd very much kind of prep your support network with regards to that. Talk openly with them about how you feel, how you're feeling as you go through the process. As they say, kind of talking really does help you through it, and for me it very much, if you kind of verbalise how you're feeling, you're able to kind of process those emotions more, and that helped me. I said I struggled kind of 2-3 days in. I was very much struggling about how I could move forward. A lot of the things that were happening I was just struggling with really, and it took me some time to get there, but definitely from speaking to other people and those who knew me could really help me kind of process that, and just being able to kind of validate those feelings, and that's what's most important. You just want your support network to support you. So yeah, very much with that. What I would say is as well, agree with your social worker. Our social worker was amazing throughout introductions and after, and we were able to debrief every single day. She said to us, look, I'm at the end of the phone day or night, anytime. just call me. And what we found helpful was being able to text or call her, depending on how the day went, and having her opinion on things that may have happened, things that had gone well that day, things we could perhaps change in the days going ahead. And what helped us, if you'll see back from one of our early videos, we kind of got to I suppose a bit of a difficult situation where little man was struggling being apart from his foster carer, just because he had that such strong attachment. And then so what we basically did is we asked for a meeting to go ahead, just so that we could change some of the plans that have been put in place, and that seemed to really work and seemed to help everybody with that introduction. So yeah, nothing is kind of set in stone. If you are not feeling okay, you need to say, and that's very much what I did. I remember on the second or third day, I was on the floor of the foster carer's kitchen, just because I'd got myself that worked up and that anxious, and I had a very long conversation with her there and then, and just having her being able to talk to me and to validate everything that I was saying and how I felt, and being able to process that. And she was bringing up things back from the assessment sessions that we had spoken about, and it was all very much linking in. And as soon as that began to sink in for me, within days I kind of felt very different as to how I was at that moment in time. So yeah, just agree with your social worker, and you may not want to every day. You may just want to think, as soon as you've left the foster carer's house, if that's the plan, then you may think, no, I don't want to talk to anybody. You just may want to watch some TV, have a glass of wine or whatever when you get back. You are going to be shattered. The amount of energy that you have to have for introductions is insane, and no matter how many blogs, how many videos you watch, how many people will say to you, the only real way to get through it is just by doing it. And that's how we found it. It is a really intense period, but you just kind of have to take every moment day by day and just see what happens. You don't put much expectation on yourself, and this is where I wouldn't say went wrong, but I put so much pressure on myself and the expectation I had for things to happen. And I think when it doesn't start happening, you then start questioning yourself, questioning the situation. Go into introductions with not a single expectation. I remember our social worker telling us, as long as you like him, that's all that matters. You don't, for people within relationships, you don't walk into that relationship day one, that's it. You're invested 110% there and then. That relationship takes time, and that is exactly the same with adoption. You have to let that relationship build. And I did think when she said it, I thought, oh, that's a strange comment to make. But now I can see why she said it, and obviously she's talking from years of experience. So yeah, do not put much expectation on you. Just get yourself through every day, enjoy it. And I found that part really hard because I was battling my emotions at the time, and I found that very hard to deal with. But yeah, just go along as you would, enjoy the moment, and just take everything in your stride. If there are moments or things that you are concerned about, speak up. You've got lots of people around you, and again, I found, whilst that's a positive, I also found that to be a negative for me. I just found it a bit too overwhelming at times, and that's okay, because introductions are not, I don't want to say not normal, but it's a period in your life that it's so intense. I've never known anything like it in my life, and I remember just reflecting on what the social worker said. She said, once introductions are out the way, once you've kind of got little man to your home, things will change, and literally within days, and obviously the coming weeks, things were really changing from how they had been. So I would advocate that as much as possible. Just, yeah, do not walk into it thinking, I don't have this abundance of love, or I don't have this overwhelming, that you don't have to fake it, you just have to get by. And yeah, just don't put all that pressure on yourself. And that still goes to all of those things that I've just spoken about there. Very much the same. When we came home, we still say the batch cooking really helped us, because we had meals probably, I'd say, for weeks, so we really didn't have to think about, other than the essentials, buying those. But we didn't have to worry about cooking full meals. We could just really focus and concentrate our time with little man, and that's exactly what he needed at the time. And yeah, just that preparation just got us through, because even when you were home, you've got your own belongings around you, albeit that you've got this child there now that's not been there before. It's very, very different, and as I reflect now, it's such a blur. And yeah, it's just when I think about how I felt then to how I feel now, it's so entirely different. I hope you found that insightful. A lot of it is just about looking after yourself and looking after those around you, but as long as your support network are prepped, as I've said, they will know what's going on. Don't put all that pressure on you. You don't need that additional kind of expectation. I said, and for me, that's natural in every situation, whether that's personal, work, or whatever. I have always done that. I always expect the best of myself. So yeah, just go into it very open-minded and just see how every day goes. You know all of the information more or less about that child or sibling before it all happens. It's now just the relationship needs time to start growing, and that attachment and those bonds, and that's only just going to come naturally. You can't force it in any way whatsoever, and that just needs to come naturally. Little ones are going to be sad. I think again that was knowing that that's normal, because a few days little man didn't see himself. I would say with us it was kind of, you could see that transition starting by day 3-4, and you could see that change happening. But he was sad, and I think knowing that that's okay to be like it, because again, you just want the child to be happy, but you also have to remember from your training that that child is going to feel that loss, that grief, and that's a huge, massive emotion for anybody to go through, let alone a child. And a lot of the time they're not going to be able to verbalise how they are feeling. So yeah, just go with the flow. That seems a real generic term, but just take it easy, enjoy it, and yeah, if anyone has any questions at all, please do let us know. We often get questions about introductions and just the intensity and how overwhelming they are. We will always speak open and honestly here, and as I said right at the very start, these are just our opinions, our comments, our views. Everybody will have a very different introductory period, and say that's just me for speaking on behalf of us. So hope you are well, keeping well. Looking forward to lockdown lifting, which should hopefully be soon, so we can get to do things, and we'll hopefully see you very, very soon on one of the other videos that will be coming up. Speak to you soon, and take care. Bye.